Hi everybody, today's Tuesday night and I thought I'd give you an update on Ray. I'm hoping to be back making videos in a day or two on a regular basis again. It's been a real hard week. It started, Ray's been sick for probably at least 2 weeks, but the last week has been really rough. We didn't know what it was. So he called me one day from work and he asked me, Brenda, would you please call? I need to go somewhere. He didn't have a primary care doctor because he doesn't go to doctors. He hasn't been to one for over 10 years and the one he had retired. So we ended up going to urgent care. We got to urgent care and they had to do a nose swab because of what's going on in the world today. So we waited and waited and waited on that. So we finally got the results today and it was negative. So that was very good news. So to back it up to last week, he had that done and then there was a crackle in his right lung and they thought that he might have walking pneumonia. So they gave him antibiotics for that. Well, he had COPD, which we don't discuss, but it had gotten full-blown and out of control. That's what was causing most of the problem. So they gave him an inhaler for that. So they sent us home. He wasn't getting any better. He only got worse. Saturday morning, we ended up going to the emergency room. He got really sick. Again, they had to swab the nose. Came back negative. And it said that his COPD had gotten out of control and they could hear the crackle, so they gave him antibiotics and some steroids and sent him home. Oh, Lord. And then he had 2 rough nights. So today I get a call from a very nice lady and she said, we found a doctor for Ray. So I said, wonderful. And this was like 11:45. And she said, can you be in the city by 3? And we're thinking, oh gosh. Oh yeah, Ray said, we'll be right there. So we hurried and took showers and got dressed and headed out to the city. Well, the good news is Ray loved the doctor, which that was a good thing. And he concurred that it was his COPD. It was a big flare, big out of control. So he prescribed some medication that he'll be taking on a daily basis, and his blood pressure was extremely high, which he's never had a blood pressure problem before, but that had been going on every time he went to urgent care and the hospital. His blood pressure was extremely high. So that was addressed, and then the crackle in his lungs on the right side was gone, so the doctor said, well, that must have been because the antibiotics cleared that up. So that was wonderful news. And then he said, try not to forget anything here, been so many days back and forth, that the blood test showed up something about sugar, so he had to go and have more blood work done today to find out about the sugar. So it was good news and bad news. So then they got everything together and was going to call in a prescription for his blood pressure. And and he has acid reflux really, really bad. And he's never got medication for it. It's been 10 years. So he got medication for that. Hopefully that will help. So he got that situated. So we left the city, drove up to the pharmacy, and Ray goes to get up his medicine, and the COPD medicine was $300. $300, that's terrible. I mean, you are saving a person's life when you can't breathe. $300. But we just didn't have the money, so he didn't get it. So we're hoping we can call the doctor's office tomorrow and they can change the medication, and hopefully whatever he gets, it will work, because he's coughing, he's having a hard time breathing. It's terrible. You have no idea. I had no idea how bad COPD can be in a person. He's had it, but never this bad. I mean, it is bad. So he's been out of work for about a week now, and he hasn't been able to do much here, so I've been trying to do double duty, which I'm doing the best I can. We had the gardens almost in, but they went to a stop, and he's been putting up a cover up for our peppers, and that's not done, and I've been finishing up the garden. I've only got a little bit more to do, so we're behind in the garden work, but that's okay. God is good. God will see us through all this. And then we're going to back it up a little bit more. That's all the news for Ray, and we want to thank you all for all the prayers. Prayers do help. Prayers pull us through, makes us feel better. Ray wants to thank every one of you. He wanted to come on here himself and thank you, but with him coughing off and on, not a good idea at this point. So now we're going to back it up a little further. I have an update on me. You know how I'm always saying, oh, my arm, my shoulder, it hurts, I can't twist, I can't turn, I can't do that. Well, last week, again, between Ray and I, we've been to the city almost every day. I had an MRI done, and then I saw my surgeon, and I've been put on hold since January to get an MRI for my shoulder. I've been putting up with the pain, and I have a full tendon tore off the rotator cuff, which means I'm going to have surgery. And I'm like, I don't want to have surgery. And the surgeon said to me, well, Brenda, you have no choice. And I said, yes, I do. He said, no, because with the tear you got with the tendon off your rotator cuff, which means the more you use your arm and the longer it waits, the bigger the tear goes. And I'm like, oh, great. So I find out today that they're so backlogged with everything that's been going on that it's probably going to take a month or so, and I can understand before I get a surgery date. So I don't know if my summer's going to be ruined, but it looks like a good part of it will be. And we don't have the pool opened up, so we're toying, do we want to open the pool or are we just going to keep it closed? We don't know what we're going to do at this time. The most important thing is to get Ray over this hump. He's going to be evaluated in 2 more weeks. He can go back to work, but can't do any grain lifting, heavy bags. He can't be out running around like he was. He's got to take it very, very easy until they can get the COPD under control. So that's the update with Ray and I. I hope to see you back tomorrow or the day after, but it will be real soon. It will be this week. I'm doing double duty, so I'm doing the best I can. So thanks for everybody coming by and listening to our story, and thanks again for all the prayers for Ray. He really, really appreciates it. Like I always say, you never know what's going to be on our videos. God bless. Have a great day. Stay safe. Stay healthy, because we're living in a crazy world today. Bye now.